Okay, as you can see here, that if we don't do anything to stop ourselves, we'll just go flying off into space forever. We will literally escape the influence of Kerbin's gravity and go flying into the interplanetary void. And we don't want that. So what we're going to do is here at our hiatus at the moon, we're going to set up a maneuver and try to stay in orbit around the moon because that is our objective. Now, staying in the moon's gravity is going to require a non-trivial amount of delta V, in other words, thrust. So we're going to deplete yet more of our precious bodily fluids. However, we still have quite a lot of bodily fluids left, so probably we'll be okay. All right, let's go ahead and zoom into our time warp into our encounter. Now, something you need to be aware of is as you get closer to a gravitational body, if you're in time warp, your things are going to speed up rather drastically. So you want to be careful about not overshoot your maneuver. All right, let's pause a little short here. Okay. The burn time is 54 seconds. So we're going to wait about 30 seconds before we get there and start burning. All right. Like I said, it's not gonna be a small amount of delta V to get this burn done, but I guess we're gonna be okay. There is a precise scientific definition of delta V. Uh, there you go. But basically, it's how much thrust you've got to do what you want to do. Okay, we're in orbit around the moon. And where are we gonna land? I think I'm gonna aim on landing just on this side of the crater, that crater. So in theory, we may be able to look over the crater without actually being in it. Okay, before I start doing my burn here, I want to take a look at my, okay, camera free. That's what I want. You don't want to happen to be doing a maneuver and then not knowing which way is which. So I'm just getting my camera set up a little bit. Okay, it is a 45-second burn. Okay, the moon moves as underneath you. So now this is not quite right, but we can certainly make use of it. What I'll do is I'll pull that up a little bit short. We're wanting to land right on the edge so that we can see the crater, but we're not in it. Wouldn't be the end of the world if we landed in it, but I mean, that's not what I'm aiming for. All right, how much we? Oh, yeah, we got plenty in the these things, the side pods. Let's kind of start warping down. Also, there is no shame in quick saving. Okay, we still got a long ways to go, so we're just going to drop. Basically, what I did there is I switched to where it shows me the altitude above the ground rather than the altitude amongst above the mean diameter. What would be sea level if it had a sea? All right. What we don't want to do is we don't want to get right now we're going 410 meters a second. We don't want to get down real low and then not have enough engine power to actually stop ourselves. So we can drop down a lot further. Now, what you call when you do a landing burn that's just in time, that's what you call a suicide burn. That is the most efficient way of doing it. But in this context, that's a little bit risky. So we're going to do only sort of a suicide burn. We're going to wait till we get down to about 10,000 meters and start braking a little bit. Let's go ahead and go. We are not losing altitude quickly enough, so I'm going to turn on the side burners. Now we're going to turn off the side burners. We're not close enough to see the ground scatter yet, so we're just kind of we're going to do a gradual burn just to make sure we don't get our altitude or our speed up too high. Right now, Around 40 meters a second is fine. Okay, we're starting to get a little ground scatter. What you want to be very careful of is how fast you're moving sideways along the ground. You'd rather would not be moving too fast sideways along the ground because if that happens, you'll wreck. And you can see my shadow right here. Move a little bit too fast. Go ahead and slow it down a trifle. I am moving sideways. It was not apparent to me that I was moving sideways, but I am. Kind of hard to judge how my lateral motion from here. And touchdown. Touchdown on a big ass slope, but I touched down regardless. All right. Jebediah. Jebediah Kerman, come on down. Come on. EVA, buddy. There we go. I screwed up that thing a little bit, but whatever. Wink. He's okay. Walk it off, dude. Jebediah Kerman on the moon. Yeah, this is a rather treacherous spot, but I made it. Yeah, it's rather scenic. Let's go ahead and have him plant the flag. Nope, plant the flag. Jebediah, plant the flag. Plant the flag. Okay. There you go, buddy. All right. I am. There he goes. He's happy. I'm confident I could make it back from here. But I'm probably going to wrap it up. However, I want to show how the jetpacks work. I haven't used the jetpack controls lately, so it might take me a second to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Yep, there we go. Obviously, the moon's gravity is much higher than something like Minmus, and so they don't work. It doesn't work quite as well on the moon. It does work, but it doesn't work quite as well. I might land him a rover here and just see if I can just take off over these dunes because that looks pretty cool. Also, walking is not the most expeditious. Pretty slow. Yeah, I might do a follow up on this where I'm where I send him a rover. Okay, well that didn't work. Okay, well, there you go. Let's see if I can get him up here. There we go. It worked after all. Uh oh, he's spazzing. He's spazzing. All right, he's back in the spacecraft with the glorious squad flag landed on the moon. Yeah, this is kind of some hairy terrain here. I was trying to land like more over here, but oh well. All right, that's all for right now.